Are you going to try and do, are you guys going to?
I'm going to try, but if Robin's there, I don't give a.
So you haven't, no one's talked to her in person?
No. The truths were revealed, and we all just said, cool, this is the point where we all go. We're done.
This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 9. In this episode, the gloves are off between Cody and his older kids, and they throw shade at each other like never before. It's kind of heartbreaking. There's groovy music and Flagstaff B-roll. Get ready because Christine is in town and she's cooking in Garrison's kitchen for like a special meal. The older kids are coming over to vent about the text exchange with Robin, and Garrison's gonna be super vocal and vulnerable in this conversation. So Savannah says that she sees Brianna, Robin's daughter, at school, and they basically ignore each other in the hallway, just to show you how weird things are. Brianna is, I have to say, taking notes from the Robin textbook, because in her first confessional of the season, I think, she says she's shocked and confused about why they avoid each other. And she just starts to cry almost uncontrollably, like even more dramatically than Robin. Mary and Jen now, they're moving things out of the carriage house area. This is the area that's going to be renovated to fit all her LuLaRoe clothes, etc. So, and we also see that Jen is basically groping her own husband on national television as he assembles a shelf. I think Jen is acting weird because she's probably nervous on camera. It's the second episode of her, I feel, acting extra. Mary says that when there's a favorite wife, it doesn't work, and they've seen this before in polygamous families. Cody says that if there is a favorite wife, it has to do with loyalty. This is the same loyalty narrative that we've heard so many times. So, loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Gabe and Gwen are moving in with Garrison soon, and Christine still thinks it's a terrible idea, but they're not there to talk about that today. Truly is with Cody, and she's sleeping over there, we learn. Christine felt like moving away was the best way to preserve the relationship between them. Cody thinks that's a bunch of BS rationalization. I mean, it's an interesting take for sure. I'm interested to see what you guys think about that. Robin outright blames Christine leaving on the damage in the relationship between Cody and his kids. Cody said that he reached out to Gabe and Garrison, but he's blocked. But honestly, the damage started to be done during the pandemic before Christine left. Anyone who watches the show knows the timeline. Gwendolyn arrives to Garrison's house, and Garrison says, "We've got pie." And then they have pie, and Christine is like, "Can I ask what happened on the text exchange?" Gwen says that Robin wanted to do a Zoom because Ariella was forgetting who they are, which is like some backhanded passive aggressiveness right there. Garrison says Robin made it all about herself, and she says, you know, there's past trauma here. And Gwendolyn says, where's the trauma? Because Cody prefers them. Am I right? Like, the whole trauma narrative is another narrative that we just cannot get rid of here. And here comes the story we've heard a million times about how Robin says that when they were blending families, there was no support and they're traumatized. Brianna and Aurora say that they were hurt and confused and had heard that the other siblings were thinking of having a Christmas without them. But who told them that, and is that accurate? Because is this like Robin and Cody saying stuff that's not true to... I don't know. That's weird. Robin says, I got attitude from the older kids and it felt defeating. We felt like we got voted off the island. She then told Mykelti and Logan apparently to communicate with the other kids that they weren't going to participate in the gift exchange, and a line was drawn that day. Garrison says that she turned it into her victimizing herself when it was just about trying to do an exchange, and they say she was basically gaslighting everybody. Not surprised. Garrison says Robin is the catalyst of all this, turning herself into a victim. And Cody says, all of you are jerks and I don't want to call them and I don't want to talk to them. Garrison says Robin's mad that she can't have this effect on them anymore. And he's like, have him, Robin. We're all grown adults. The fact that in this scene, Cody says he actually doesn't want to talk to them just breaks my heart. I don't know. That scene was just really toxic. Christine says that she wishes things were better, but she doesn't even know what to say. She says, I may not be able to give them a dad, but I give them Janelle. Oh. And Cody says that Christine was a crap sister wife. Garrison says that the text thread was the point where they stopped caring. And Gwen is like, if we had a face-to-face with Robin, she would probably manipulate us and cry. Okay, so it's getting savage. There's a lot of like, I think they might be showing them these scenes in confessionals and they're just like fighting back. And on that note, it's Avalon, Mykelti's daughter's birthday. They just shoved that scene in there and her party is at Robin's house. Cody just loves how Mykelti is warm to them. Apparently Tony loves Robin. They're connected and they get each other. And I had no idea about this. And Robin says he's a good kid. And they start talking about how Robin saved Mykelti from her siblings being mean to her or something like that. But again, we've heard this before. This is not a new fact. Christine's Flagstaff friends now are celebrating her anniversary with Cody. It would have been married since 1994, so I mean almost roughly 30 years. These are moms that she had met through Isabel, and Christine says you have to find a new identity when you're divorced, and it's super important to find good people. Cody calls in the middle of the conversation, which is super weird because it's their anniversary and he obviously knows that. And she goes on for a little bit about how, you know, she's a big fan of divorce. She says, like, basically, if you think you need to divorce, do it, you know. She highly recommends it. And I think Christine feels liberated. It's almost like she was in a prison and now she's free. Like, it just, for her, definitely was a good experience to divorce. The nosiest friend at this dinner asked Janelle how she is hearing what Christine is saying. And Janelle says that it does not bother her. She doesn't care, and she doesn't feel much loyalty to Cody right now. Janelle tells them that things are pretty okay with Cody. She just met them, and she's just not the type to, like, spill the beans, so she's definitely holding back. And Christine says that her tipping point was that he wasn't being a good dad to her kids. Cody says in a scene that Christine basically forced herself in his life, and he does say something about how she's gonna have bad karma or something. It's just terrible. It's so toxic what they're saying about each other, and it's just, oh God help us. Like, where are they gonna go from here? It's bad. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18 Episode 9. Leave a like and a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye guys!